Okay, onward we go. So let's talk about streams. Now let's think about collections for a minute. When you create a collection, your collection like a list is going to look kind of like that, right? You have, here's your list, and here's your data. And the list has a little array inside it, or a linked list, depending on how it's implemented, pointing to all of your data. When you create a list, you have all the data in that list. Everything is there right from the start, whether you need it or not. So if you wanted to say, let me scan through and find everything that find the 20th person, let me scan through and find the first person whose name is Clyde, you have to get all the data that you might potentially want to look at. Make sense so far? Now with a stream, streams are on-demand structures. What you're doing is you're creating a source that's going to provide data for you. Now that source could be a collection, or it could be another type of source that creates elements on the fly, or fetches items out of a database on the fly, or does something else on the fly. The source is then going to pass one element at a time to the operations you want to perform. Each of these operations is going to do some kind of a modification on that data and pass it on to the next guy. Now, if one of these operations in the middle decides that he wants to filter things out, like let's say it's a filter operation, he gets that single item, he just doesn't pass it to the next guy in the chain. Now what's really nice about this is if you think about a list here, and let's say we want to filter a list. How would you think about filtering a list?